What's up, guys? Welcome back to 62 Beer Reviews. Today is day one of the 12 days of Christmas beer. Last year, we did a little advent calendar from Wolf's Ridge Brewing out of Columbus, Ohio, and I had a lot of fun doing a little advent calendar, getting into the holiday season, and I figured, you know what, let's continue the seasonal reviews, and I was like, you know what, let's do a little 12 days of Christmas beer. So we are starting day one with one of my favorite beers. This is Sierra Nevada's Celebration Fresh Hop IPA, a beer I always look forward to every year. One of the early IPAs I remember having when I got into craft beer, and I've always loved this beer. So I was like, you know what, let's check it out for day one. So this beer clocks in at, let's see here, where's the ABV? 6.8% ABV. Sierra Nevada is out of Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina. This was canned on October 7th. We are about a month and a half old. So we're reviewing this a little before when this is going to release. Yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. So obviously I've had this beer numerous times before, but first time this year. So let's just dive in, crack her open. These reviews, I think I'm going to do 3 each week leading up to Christmas. So you'll see 3 and then 3 seasonal beers, and then I'll probably do some other, I don't know, IPA or stout. We're just going to see how it goes. I haven't picked up all the beers for 12 days of Christmas beer, but I have an idea of what I'm going to review. And this was one of those I knew I wanted to check out. So get her into the proper glassware here. So last year, right after my wife and I's wedding, we went to Asheville. Mills River is right outside Asheville. So I got to check out Sierra Nevada, and it was like a week after they tapped Celebration. It was awesome having this on tap, super, super fresh. And they also released this with pine needles added. That beer tasted straight up like Christmas in a glass. But man, this is one of my favorite beers of all time. So I'm excited to dive into the 2024 Celebration Ale. Beer looks awesome. It is just, it looks old school. It's that like dark amber caramelly color. Just looks like an old school West Coast IPA. You can see some carbonation in the glass. It's a little bit of like an unfiltered kind of look to it. More unfiltered than I remember this beer being, but it might just be like a chill haze or something. Finger worth of kind of like an off-white colored, super creamy, frothy head. Nice head retention. Love to see that. Looks awesome in the proper glassware. So let's go in for a nose, see what this one's about. Yeah, I mean, it's piney, citrusy, grapefruit. Not like a crazy aroma, but it does smell awesome. It's just super caramel malt forward, tons of grapefruit pith, even like orange peel too, and just like tons of just like pine cone. Yeah, it smells like a Christmas tree. Tons of caramel malt in here for sure, for sure. I think this is Cascade and I don't know, the Columbus or shoot, what's that other one? I don't know. It's some old school sea hops in here. Yeah, this beer smells awesome. It smells like what I remember. So let's dive in. Cheers. Happy holidays. Gosh. Oh man, it is so good. This beer is so good. What I personally love about this beer is the amount of bitterness. I just don't see a lot of beers, even like West Coast beers nowadays, West Coast IPAs, just don't have this amount of bitterness in it. and it just lingers on your palate. I love that. Grapefruit, pithy, orange peel. Um, yeah, that pine cone thing comes through. Like it's literally still on my tongue. Just nice, like malty, not necessarily like a brown bread, but it's not like white bread either. It's like a, I don't know. It's almost like if you added like sugar on top of bread, um, and then like bruleed it or something. It's got almost like that caramelly, sugary bready note. Um, I had to. I, it's just an awesome beer. It's one of my favorite beers. 11.99 for a 6 pack. I would have picked up a 12 pack if I saw one, but I just saw 6 packs in my area. And I want to say this is a little more fresher than I remember seeing it. Dude, these fruit flies are driving me insane. Oh my God. It's not too often that I have an IPA that really pairs well because I love pairing beers with the season. And here in Nashville, it gets pretty cold. December, more January, February. Um, that time of year, I want to drink stouts, porters, dark lagers. So it's not too often that there's an IPA out there that I love drinking during this time of year, but this is one of those beers. I just put me by a fireplace and like I could drink this all day long. It's just an awesome beer. Love the ABV, 6.8. It's not too heavy, um, medium body, and decent amount of carbonation. And I just love the finish, the bitterness. I can still like after talking this long, it still lingers on my palate. So it's not a beer for everybody, but I absolutely love this beer, and I think it's worth checking out if you've never had it before. If you have had this one, let me know what you think about it. Do you like it more? Do you like it not as much compared to most craft beers coming out nowadays? I think it still holds up. It's one of my favorite beers. I talked about doing top beers of the year, um, and every now and then I'm like, oh shoot, did this make it? Dude, this beer honestly might make my top 10. It is that good to me. I just absolutely love this beer. And I talk about price a lot too. This beer for the price is insane. $12 for a 6 pack. Can't beat it nowadays. So yeah, that's my review. That is day one of the 12 days of Christmas beer. Like I said, we will be kind of spreading these out a little bit throughout the month. I didn't want to do like just 12 days straight. I want to spread it out. So you probably see this December 1st. And then day two, not too long after that. So that's all I got, guys. Happy holidays, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.